Hello, can you hear me? Is my voice audible? Is my voice audible? No? Audible to me? Hello?
Happy wedding anniversary.
Yeah, thank you.
ఏంటి ప్రశాంత్ కూడా బర్త్డే కదా ఈరోజు వాడితే
అదే నేను చిన్న టీచింగ్ క్లాస్ చెప్తున్నాను.
అరే అరే అరే
మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను.
నువ్వే చెయ్యి.
నేను చేస్తాను అత్తయ్య. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
ఓకే.
Okay, fine. So, where are we? Okay, I didn't get the post yet. No problem.
We are in earplugs, ear protection.
Oh, yes. Here this hand protection. Fine.
సార్ హోస్టింగ్ ఇచ్చాను మీకు.
ఓకే అండి. ఓకే
ఇంకా 4 నిమిషాలు ఆయా.
తాతయ్యతో మాట్లాడాను ఇప్పుడు. తాతయ్య చేశారు.
Okay. I would like to start and I request all the people to mute. Fine, that's fine. Here we have okay. Here we have this slide. Yeah, I just wanted to say. I'd like to show you on slide and okay. Fine. Can you people hear me, right? Yes. So we are at blouses. So okay, chemical protection, biohazard protection. We discussed. Okay, I don't know how many people has come. People are waiting. No is waiting. Okay, chat. Someone is okay. I don't know what is that. Fine. So welcome back. And here we have blouses. So blouses comes under hand protection, right? Hand protection. What are the hazards of hand protection? Like what can be hazards? Hot surfaces, acids, okay, hand sharp objects. These are the hazards. Every protection equipment handles a particular hazard. Okay, let's pause for a while. Just let's discuss a simple thing. Like what is the head protection? What are the hazards associated with the head? What kind of hazards? What helmet does actually? It will protect from falling objects.
Head.
Right?
Yes, injury. Head injury.
Right? Yes. How? What is the hazard? Head injury is a consequence. What is the hazard? Falling objects.
Bumping hazard.
Yes, bumping hazard.
Falling hazard.
Yes, sunstroke. It will protect from sunstroke. And also chemical. If chemical falls from certain height, it can also protect. What? Okay, it can. What is the head related PPE? Safety helmets, hard hats.
Helmets, hard hat, face shield with
headgear or safety caps. Okay, comes under head protection. Okay, so body, where we talked about body part, head, hazards, and PPE. Okay, like that you divide. Okay, we spoke about eye. Eye is the body part. Hazards are chemical splash or something like
Flying
dust,
particles,
flying particles, dust, gas,
biological
building.
hazards.
Yes, sneezing. Sneezing is by, if sneeze comes, someone sneezes, it also take it into account. Biological hazards. Radiation is the most hazards. Radiation is the most hazardous, and also that is the frequent hazard which people gets affected. Radiation due to welding. Okay, what is the PPE necessary? What is the PPE necessary?
Eye protection.
What is eye protection? Spectacles, goggles,
spectacles and goggles, face shield.
Yes, face shields. Okay, and from dust we'll have dust. Yes, completely. Yes, no, I'm talking about eye. Dust affecting eye. So we should have this complete eye protection gear. Okay, fine. Airtight spectacles. All comes under
goggles
PPE
with
necessary.
side shield, sir.
Yes,
for dust protections, goggles with side shield.
Yes, and it should also fit the person's eye, face. Okay, fine. Now coming to ear. So head over, eye over, ear. Here, what is the hazard? Hazard is high noise level, right? Simply high noise level. Okay. What is the PPE necessary? Ear muffs.
Earplugs.
Plugs. Okay, those are the two. Normally, they'll talk in some industries. Apart from ear muffs and plugs, there is other thing called inserts. They are also called as ear. They'll be like ear plugs only. They call it as inserts. INSERTS. Inserts means they will be like with a thread, and they will be like you can fold it as if you want, and every person can keep in their ears inside. Okay, they can keep inside, and after while taking, they'll pull the thread and it will come out. That's called inserts. Okay, so coming to the nose. Nose is we'll talk regarding this respiratory, and now we have this glasses, right? Glasses comes under hand. So what are the hazards? What kind of hazards associated with hand injuries?
Hand injuries are burn.
Hand.
Hand injuries are burn.
Skin burn, scratching.
Okay. What are the hazard? Burn is a consequence. Hazard is hot substance. Okay.
Hot substance.
Acids, chemicals, sharp edges.
Chemicals, rotated equipments.
Yes, rotated equipment. What comes? Sharp
objects. Electrical shock also.
Yes, electrical shock. That's a major hazard. Electrical shock. That's very good. Electrical shock. Okay.
Anti-shock absorber, sir. This vibration. We need head protection.
Yes, vibrations also
hazard.
Hazard. Which what happens during vibration?
Tingling,
blood
sir.
supply.
In the hand, tingling.
Tingling. Why tingling comes? The blood supply, the flow of blood will be
continuously used with vibration. If person is using continuously vibration, vibrator, it may get tingling, or it may get some.
What does it call? It called white hand disease. Okay. All the blood supply will reduce, and all the hand becomes white. This also hazard.
Shaking, sir.
Handshake. Fine.
Yes.
So what is the PPE necessary? Hand glasses. Okay. Leather glasses. Electrical rubber glasses for electrical
mechanical
shocks,
glasses.
Right.
Yes.
And cut proof. Mechanical gloves means cut proof glasses. And if it is biological hazard, surgical glasses. Okay. Sometimes if glasses are not sufficient for hands, arm sleeves also can be required. Arm sleeves like it will be till arm. Please remember all these PPEs and the way we are discussing. Okay, make sure you write it down or record it or anything. Okay, so always differentiate like body part, hazard, and PPE necessary. Fine. So here we have this glove step. What is the glove step protection? Chemical protection, biohazard protection. See, we are discussing about this pandemic. Usually, okay, we'll get diverted. Usually, biohazards is related with human biological waste, bacteria, fungus, virus. Okay, and spreading of such infections. Fine. So, aberration protection. what is aberration? So see, aberration and friction are different words. Aberration means if like what I have to see, geeskodu antar kada. I don't know what it is in Hindi. If a small rod is there, if a sharp rod is there, okay. If it
Gis
came
gaya,
in contact with gis gaya बोलेंगे ना, gis gaya. वो it is called aberration protection. When you handle the sheets.
ఓన్లీ మంచిగా
Sheets
ఉద్దేశం
with or glass.
నైట్రోజన్
Come on, please mute your call. Mute your call. Ram Chaudhary, mutual call. Ram Chaudhary, mutual. Fine. So friction means rough surfaces. Okay, rough surfaces means like, see, if it is a rough surface, if we fall on the road, what kind of like injury we'll get? That is called friction protection. Okay, usually kneecaps. While we keep kneecaps for the children, that is called friction protection. Okay, aberration means people who handles rods, sheets, glass, all takes aberration protection gloves. Okay, protection from extreme heat and cold. You can also add here electrical gloves also, electrical protection. Okay, because electricity, due to the electric shock also, many people lose their life. Okay, fine. So he's saying, what are the factors to be considered? What are few things to be considered? What we have to consider: no gloves is good against all hazards. See, if you're using electrical gloves, it cannot control the chemical hazard. Okay, a chemical gloves cannot control. Electrical gloves can probably control the chemical hazard, but depending upon the requirement, only the gloves we should use the gloves. A chemical gloves cannot avoid this aberration or friction hazards, right? When donning gloves, examine them for signs for tears, cracks. See, donning is the US, the foreign word. I mean, donning and wearing. Okay, donning, doffing antarandi. Usually, putting on is donning and putting off is doffing. DOFFING. Sorry, me check cheskondi. So when donning gloves and when wearing gloves and when removing gloves, you can also take that. Okay, examine them for signs of tears. Gloves have finite lifespan and must be periodically replaced. Okay, ఇది మీరు ఎప్పుడు రాయొచ్చు, like what are the few precautionary measures to be taken, or what are the factors to be considered for hand gloves అన్నారు అనుకోండి, you can write this. Okay, so when donning gloves, examine them for signs of tears, cracks, holes and dry rot. Okay, hand should be always, hand should always be washed after removing gloves. Why? Because the gloves have
Sweating,
some,
sir.
yes, sweating, and some there'll be
Contamination.
the contaminants in the gloves which will affect your skin. Okay, sometimes people use gloves by sanitizing or by making washing their hands properly, and also after removing also they will wash their hands. Okay, so coming to hand washing in gloves, foot and leg protection. So coming to foot and leg protection means, what is he is talking about the body part. Body part is foot. Okay, what are the hazards? What are the hazards? Don't say control measures.
Puncture,
What are
slip, trip,
Sir, collide with
Slip.
objects.
Hazard is slip. Slip is one of the hazards.
Slip,
Slip,
sir, collide with any objects.
What? Striking.
collide
Okay,
with any object.
okay. Collide, not collide. It's
Attack
striking.
will-
Okay, striking against objects.
striking.
Okay, falling bodies, anything.
puncture
And,
by nail, sir.
puncture. Yes, puncture by nails. Good. Okay, so these are the hazards. What are the PPE necessary?
Safety
You can
shoes,
use safety shoes.
Safety
You should be
shoes.
okay.
Boot,
You should
gum
be
boot.
specific. Yes, you should be specific.
gumboot,
Gum
safety
boots.
shoes,
Okay,
Gum
steel. Okay, what will have safety shoe? Have steel toe boots.
steel toe and steel sole.
Anti-skid sole. Okay, it's
Yes.
called anti-skid sole. These are the PPE necessary. You have to be specific when you're writing about PP. You should not write in a vague manner. Okay, you should maintain a good clothes, leather or rubber sole shoes. You have to write rubber sole shoes. See why we are discussing. See, if a accident happen in a company and if he is dead, okay, if an investigator comes or if some government bodies come, he also sometimes takes his shoe also, because in the part of investigation he will examine the shoe also, whether it has a proper sole or not, whether he is wearing it properly or not, or whether it is highest standard or not. That is the reason no one should compromise in safety, because it is also a shoe can be a reason to close a company. It happens. Okay, fine. So we have to maintain good. What is the PP necessary? The steel toe boots. I'm talking about foot and leg protection. What are the different kinds? Steel toe boots. Okay, anti-skid sole. What we have discussed. Rubber and leather sole. Okay, and gumboots. Gumboots means while they are using in concrete. Okay, all slab. Okay, we have. They see. Anyone have seen some in some industries? If some ladies comes without shoes, or if you don't have shoe, you will have leg sleeves. Anyone know that? Leg sleeves. It is not a shoe. Actually, it is a leg sleeve. Only the front part will be, and there will be a belt which can attach to their leg. Anyone know that? Leg sleeve. Fine. It's a shoe which is a toe which will protect the front part of the leg, and remaining will be with the belt. Anyone who came with their own slippers can wear that on the slippers itself. That's called as leg sleeves. Okay, fine. So foot and leg protection. Okay. Steel toe footwear, preferably metal strap guards. It's already we have discussed. Rubber toe boards are often used to protect feet from exposure of liquids. Chaps or leggings are used to certain applications. Okay. So what are the hazards we have? Striking against objects, chemicals, falling bodies. What is the protective equipment? Foots, leather, rubber gloves, anti-skid sole. Sole is very important. Gumboots, and also we discussed about leg sleeves. Okay. Other protective clothing. What do you mean? What do you mean by other protective clothing? What is the remaining thing? Body, right? Body. We'll come to the nose. Okay. After this, body. Coming to the body. Okay. Again, let's go in our process. What is the body part? Body. What are the hazards? What is the hazards? Body.
Arc flash,
Flying objects.
Okay.
flying objects,
Flying
arc flash,
objects.
electrical hazard.
Fire can, okay, fire, chemicals, splash,
chemical
spillage, okay, hot
Acid.
substance, acid spillage, hot substance when handling hot substances or lifting hot substances, splashes are the main hazard, because when splash happens, what happens? If
Fire
if
can
you're
happen.
lifting,
Spatters, grinding spatter.
okay, so coming to the PP necessary, what are the PPs? You can take it in aprons. Okay, aprons,
Apron,
full
uniform,
suits,
arc flash
full
suit,
suits. Okay, yes. And if you are handling this five suit, chemical suit, they're called as fire proximity suit is the right thing. Usually when you are wearing this fire proximity suit is the right thing. Chemical suit should be in different types. There are chemical suits which can handle acids, which can concentrated chemical suits, and also one-time use chemical suits.
We have to use overall.
Yes.
I mean coveralls.
Coveralls. Yes, coveralls.
And
Coveralls is
coveralls.
also a
And
good point.
PVC suits.
Yes. Okay.
PVC
So
suits.
these are-
Like when we are
Yes,
going
PVC
to do
suits.
chemical handling.
Yes. PVC suit. That is also a good thing. PVC
And
suits of rubber.
proper hand
Suits of-
gloves, etc. And we have to
Yes.
use proper PPE like face
Yes.
shield and clear
Yes, sir.
goggles,
Yes.
like that.
Yes, sir. Fine, sir. Yes. And coming to
Sir, why do you use the coveralls in the port, sir?
in ports we handle this.
We are in live plants, na, there is so many live lines is there, like pipelines. If suppose unexpectedly any spillage is there, that fall directly our coverall. So we can remove our coveralls immediately. Then we are going to that shower area. So they should not hit direct इसमें नहीं आएगा, body को touch नहीं करेगा.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Chemicals.
And in
So that's
ports
why
also, sir.
we are wearing coveralls. It should be made only cotton, pure cotton.
Fine, sir, fine. And sir, we in port, you have asked in specific. In port, we handle this hazardous containers, sir, and we expect this radioactive and explosives. Okay, we don't handle explosives, which is class 2, and radioactive, which is class 7. And apart from that, we handle this all the chemicals and acids which go to all the pharmaceutical companies by transit, and they'll come in vessels and they'll be putting in our yards for 2 or 3 days or consistent period of time. So if in case this spillage happens, or if in case any break, the valve is not good, to rectify it or to clean that area, we use this chemical suits and coveralls, and also PVC suit also sometimes. PVC suit normally they'll use it in electrical works and rubber suits. We use this fire proximity and chemical suits also. Fire proximity suit, if in case of any fire and all, minor fire, we use that. Fine, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And coming to the, I don't know who has drawn these lines. Please, like, I don't know who has kept these lines. Okay, so what happened? I don't know how these lines came. Only I can see these lines, or everyone can see these lines?
Everyone able to see this.
We are also seeing the lines, sir.
I don't know how these lines came. Okay, so coming to the okay, we have discussed about body part hazard and what is the PPE necessary for body, aprons, and this is what again apron, PVCs, chemical suits, rubber suits of rubber for any electrical maintenance, fire proximity suits. Okay, these are the things. Coming to PPE of body part. So coming to the nose, okay, we have, this is the very important body part, part of the face. Products user from removing harmful material, respiratory protection. What is the objective of this products user by removing harmful materials and they enter the body via the lungs? Inhalation of all the quickest, most efficient ways to introduce lethal levels of hazardous materials into the body. See, why the inhalation through nose is considered to be lethal? Because when the oxygen which is inhaled by you, what happens after it is going into the lung? What happens? It will getting mixed into the bloodstream. Okay, that is how our system works. When you inhale oxygen, okay, some percent also of the when you inhale air, the oxygen which is present in the air is mixed with our blood and we are getting oxygen. Fine. So why it is considered to be lethal? Because directly when you inhale something through your nose, it will directly mix into your blood after going inside. Okay, that's why it is considered to be a lethal. This is respiratory system. And here we have these air purifiers. Respiratory types are important. Air purifiers, APR, air purifying respirators, half phase, full phase, powered air purifying respirators, okay, self-contained breathing apparatus. These are the 3 types of respirators. Air purifying respirators means half phase, full phase. Air purifiers means this is like we can use it in the area which is in the area where the air is contaminated. It can be half phase or full phase. Only the air purifying respirators with air purifying, he can last only up to like 15 minutes maximum. Okay, this it can be wear half face or full face. Okay, there is no additional air provided to that. Here coming to the only this air purifying respirators can last up to half an hour, not more than that. And if it is airtight sealed, okay, one person should not wear more than 15 minutes, depending upon the canister which is in front of his mouth, depending upon the filter which is in front of his mouth. That is air purifying respirators. Powered air purifying respirators means the respirator will be attached with a hose, through which the hose will be getting a pure air from the air compressor. Air compressor will be on, and it will give the air to that respirator. Okay, so what happens? There is a limitations also. Okay, suddenly air purifier what we call, what did I say, that which gives the air compressor get the under pressure, or he cannot travel to the long distance. If the line is getting increased, the amount of air which has to be given into the respirator will be decreased, because the hose length will be increased. Sufficient air will not come. There are some limitations. The powered air purifying respirators are used only in a distance, within a distance. Self-contained breathing apparatus. This is called as SCUBA. Okay, the self-contained breathing apparatus consists of a
Is required
oxygen
only
cylinder.
confined spaces.
Yes, it's confined space. And
Confined spaces must be using SCUBA because there is a lack of oxygen. Basically, in atmosphere, okay, sufficient air is there, the sufficient oxygen level is there. But if confined space, there is lack of oxygen because there is a lot of activities there, like welding, cutting, grinding, painting, and I think some ups. So in that confined space, not available that I mean, actually 19.5 to 23.5, that is the oxygen level. But in confined space, not having sufficient oxygen. That's why we are using SCUBA, self-contained air breathing operating system.
Yes. And
basically that APR, air purifier system. Basically, we are construction, we are using dust mask. That is also respiratory production. And another one is and another one dust mask also there. That is there is one type of cartridge is there. That is air purifier. And basically we are doing that. I think.
Actually, I just want to. You have mentioned regarding the cartridge. I just want to give some inputs. Actually,
Yes,
this air purifying. Actually, this coming. If we go into deeper side of the respiratory PPE, actually
Yes.
they are classified into air purifying and supplied air. Sir.
Okay.
If coming to the air purifying, there is no external thing. Air purifying has chemical filters, mechanical filters also, sir.
And as you said, that compressors we are using for blasting. Blasting, you know, na? Blasting.
Yes.
Blasting and painting activity. There we are using compressors. And there is one hose is there, especially for that blaster. We are providing for oxygen. That is that directly connected with hood. So that blaster having sufficient oxygen. I mean sufficient air, so he is not suffocated. So compressor we are basically using for blasting and painting activity.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, thank you. And it's very nice to get those inputs, sir. Thank you. And here we have this SCUBA, which has a SCUBA is an equipment for people who are new to the concept, which helps the person to inhale in a proper way without lack of oxygen for about 30 minutes, for about 30 to max 35 minutes, depending upon his work activity. If he is working and if he is getting strained on his work, or if he is having if he is running with SCUBA, it doesn't work. It doesn't go operated. I mean, should not operate in that way. You should be under some confined space, or he should not have any more body movement. Okay? Scaba is used.
Underworking activity, what are
Yes, underworking activity. And also this Scaba.
This is different type of scuba, sir. Underwater we use scuba.
Yes, scuba diving. That is scuba. Yes.
SCUBA? Mostly SCUBA is useful for shutdown works like tanks and vessels cleaning is there, na? That time we are
And it is
using
also it also used for firefighting. It's also used in dust environments. Firefighting. Yes. Okay.
It is also used for, sir, any gas leakage incident. Then we can use.
Yes, yes, gas leakage incident. That in gas leakage to employees to go in a sudden way, ELSA is also used. Emergency life saving breathing apparatus is also used. Okay, coming to the point. We were coming to the point, please, sir. Coming to the point. Self-contained breathing apparatus is one of the respiratory types which has a oxygen cylinder, which is that also has no complete oxygen, sir. It is also a air. Okay, it is not complete oxygen. SCUBA will not have complete oxygen in it. It is a mixture of air. Because if it is complete oxygen, yes, if it is complete oxygen, it will be a flammable thing. Okay, fine. Come on, ఎవరో మాట్లాడుతున్నారు, please. బాలు మ్యూట్ చేయాలి. Okay. Fine. SCUBA. So surgical mask, respirators does not include surgical mask, dust mask, N95 respirators are special class of respiratory protection primarily used in healthcare field. What we know now. Okay. Workers should not wear a respirator unless they have been medically cleared to do so. Because some people have lack of breathlessness, they should not wear the respirators. This claims may take from the questionnaire, physical examination, pulmonary function testing, X-ray, or combination of above. Okay, so to have wear the respirators, one has to have a clearance from physical examination. What kind of physical examination? Lung examination. Pulmonary means lung. Okay, so pulmonary function means lung function, chest X-ray, or combination of both. Respirators are put additional resistance against the respiratory. Okay, fine. Coming to workers with undiagnosed respiratory system or cardiovascular problem could trigger in serious medical problems. Okay, so what is the serious medical problems? Asthma, heart attack. If you are using the respirator, if the respiratory equipment is used on a person who is not qualified, what happens? We can have such hazards. You see, he is wearing the respirator. Please tell me. Please tell me.
Yes, sir. This respirator mask contains 2 filters, right? Okay.
I am not able to hear you properly. Please, if
the mask contains 2 filters, right? Contains 2 filters, right?
Respiratory mask. Tell me.
Filters. Yes, respiratory mask contains 2 filters, right?
Actually,
but how many days it can use? Is there any exposure for the filters?
See, filters. See, when you're specifying the word called filters, there are 2 filters: chemical filters and mechanical filters. Okay. Chemical filters. Under chemical filters, you have cartridges. Okay. Filter is not a single thing. Yes. I coming to your point.
types of mask is there, sir? Depend on that what we are doing that chemical area. Okay.
Yes.
So there
yes. We cannot say the filter. Please, sir. Just a minute, sir. We cannot say the filter can be used for this much amount of time. On that filter, you can have the ppm. You have to see the parts per million.
Parts per million. Yes. I know.
Yes, you have to see the ppm content. How much ppm this filter can be used and the duration. Every filter has its own ppm and the duration. Okay. Being with specific to your question, some filters changes its color while using one amount of time. If it is pink, it will turn to green. If some filters will change the color 3 different colors. First color represents it is affected. Second color represents it is half used, and third color represents it should be out of that. The filter should be removed. Okay. In that way, the chemical filters can be used.
But you tell that there is no expiry date for those filters.
The filters has an expiry date of 2-3 years. Like depends. Depends. You cannot just leave the filter for unused for 2 years, 3 years. It is very unsafe to use that filter. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. What are the different concentrations we have? What is the different particles? Dust, fumes, gas, mist. You know about it? Anyone? Dust, fumes, gas, mist, smoke. These are the different kinds of what we say chemical or environmental airborne hazards. Okay, which have a different ppms particles. Okay, fine. So coming to our nose, we have following this body part is nose. What are the hazards? Hazards is dust,
Fumes,
toxic
gases,
dust. Yes, fumes, gases, vapors,
bad
and,
odors.
yes,
Dust.
odors. And what is the basic hazard? Basic hazard.
Respiration.
Oxygen.
Yes,
oxygen
respiration.
diseases.
Yes,
Respiration
very
problem.
nice. Oxygen deficiency.
Respiration and breathing inhalation problems.
Yes, oxygen deficiency. That's very good. Very good. Fine. So PP necessary. Coming to we have discussed about body part nose. Hazards are dust, fumes, gases, oxygen deficiency, vapors, everything. Coming to the PP necessary. What are the PP necessary? Respiratory mask, dust mask,
Respiratory
cloth,
mask, dust mask. Yes.
rubber mask, fume mask,
Purifying
okay?
mask, air purifying mask.
Yes, canister mask or SCABA,
Scaba
air
and
filters, all comes under
N95 mask.
N95. Yes. So we
192
have.
mask also.
So I hope everyone has cleared with all the body parts like head, eye, ear, nose, face, hand, body, and foot leg. We have discussed all the body parts, all the body hazards associated with all the body parts, and all PPE necessary. And we coming to the overall protection PPE. You know what is overall protection? Overall means is like
Full
for
body
example,
protection.
overall body protection means
downgrade.
what are the hazards? Falling from height.
Body suit. Body suit.
Body suit, downgrade.
Body suit, sir.
Yes, body suit.
Body
Okay.
suit.
Overall.
Aprons. And coming to the work at height, when a person is working from height, falling from height is a complete hazard.
Full body
Falling from
harness.
height, full body harness is a
Full body harness.
overall
Yes.
PPE necessary. Full
Ah.
body harness comes under overall PPE.
Yes.
Okay, and like nets also comes under overall PPE.
PPE.
Please, sir. Please.
Sir, in our construction